Okay, so today we're going to be discussing a little bit of the inyanim of tzedakah. So we're busy when the oisik inyanei tzedakah. I think it's good for us to understand a little bit of what's going on and how important tzedakah is. There's a Gemara, Baba Basra Daf Tes, where the Gemara tells us that tzedakah is greater than any of the korbanos. Can you imagine? We hope, Be'ez Hashem, by the end of today, that we'll be able to go ourselves to the Beis HaMikdash, and we have hopefully our list of the korbanos that we owe from the Korban Chatos or Osher, whatever it may be. And it's a gewaldig opportunity, halavai. By the end of today, we hope to have a Beis HaMikdash. It's going to be gewaldig. But one thing we have to know, the Gemara tells us, is that tzedakah is greater than all of the korbanos. In fact, Chazal tell us that through tzedakah, a person actually merits righteous children. Okay, now this is a very important line when you're calling somebody and you're telling them to donate to yeshiva. You tell them, do you want bonim tzadikim? Do you want righteous children? Do you want to do something which is greater than a korban? This is what you need to tell them. I'm giving you some lines. The Rambam, Hilchas Matnas Aniyim, Perek Yud, writes that a person should be more careful with tzedakah than any other mitzvah say. Right? Why he says that is subject to a shayla. Exactly why is tzedakah more than anything else? Could be Al Pi the Tanya, that the Balatanya writes that he says, I think it's in Perek Yud, that in our generation, the Torah that we do is not as potent as the Torah that they did b'shas, the Tanoim and the Amoraim. We're not able to learn with the same concentration, kavana, lishma, v'cholei, and therefore our avodah zuk the Heilige Balatanya is chesed. Its tzedakah is giving to other people. And that's an amazing thing. The Mishnah in Pirkei Avos, we're all familiar in the beginning of Perek Dalet, Eza Osher HaSameach B'chalkoi, that a person is happy with what he has. He's not running to make more. He's not making sure that he keeps whatever he has. It's a very, very important thing for a person to give over that which he earns, or at least the chelik of it. The Kedushas Levi, the Heilige Baditsheva, in Parshas Re'eh brings down that when a person separates part of his money and designates it to tzedakah, it's an amazing thing. Not only, he says, that does he sanctify the actual funds that he earmarks for tzedakah, but he also elevates the status of the money that he leaves over for himself. So until now, everybody knows when you give maisa, you separate money for tzedakah. That's a wonderful thing. That's great. You take the money, and that becomes maisa, becomes tzedakah. It's holy, it's kodesh, gavaldik. So the Heilige Kedushas Levi, that the rest of the money that you have in your bank account is also elevated, has a certain kedusha with that as well, which is a very important thing to remember. Halachas of tzedakah, the halachas of tzedakah are actually very, very complicated, not so simple. In fact, it very rarely, if not anything, discusses hilchas maisa, how much of the Ramah mentions it, touches upon it, but it's not something which is so mentioned. It's a gewaldige mitzvah. It's a mitzvah that applies both day and night. It's in a mitzvah that there's no specific bracha for, which is also interesting. Why don't we make a bracha on tzedakah? You're about to give tzedakah, Eli. You should make a bracha, no? When you're about to shake a lulav, you make a bracha. When you hear the shofar, when you read the Megillah, when you eat matzah, why don't we make a bracha on tzedakah? So one of the answers why we don't make a bracha on tzedakah, the Kesef Mishnah brings, is because it's a mitzvah like ben Adam lechaverei. Imagine when you go home, you're about to honor your parents, or you're about to call them before Shabbos and say good Shabbos. So you're about to do a mitzvah of kibbur avim. You're making a bracha? No. Right? Or imagine you do achnas zorchim. You're inviting guests into your home, mitzvah Shem, one day. When you'll have a home, you'll invite guests. We don't make a bracha. Ben Adam lechaverei. Tzedakah is a mitzvah ben Adam lechaverei. That's another one answer. There's another answer. That's actually by the Rashba. The Kesef Mishnah brings another answer, and he says that there is no share to tzedakah. So when you call someone and you're trying to reach your goal, you say to him, listen, the Kesef Mishnah says that the reason why we don't make a bracha on tzedakah is because there's no share. So there's no share to how much you can give me. You can keep on going, because that's the reason why you don't make a bracha in that case. Others say that the reason why, the Rashba also says, another reason, the Chassam Sofer says this as well, and that because doing the mitzvah of tzedakah depends on somebody else. It's not solely dependent on yourself. And there's one more answer as well, which is because I have to rely on those people that are less fortunate. Of course, we all know the famous Orach Chaim HaKodesh. The Orach Chaim HaKodesh tells us that when we get money from the Rebbeinu Shalom, it's not ours. right? When I go collecting, I hear this from many people. I'm not sure if you heard this from anyone either, but I hear from some people. It's like, I thank them so much. Thank you so much for giving a donation. I really appreciate it. So nice of you. And they say, it's not my money. It was never my money. It was given to me by Hashem as a pekudon to give out to other people, so here it is. It's a beautiful, it sounds like really cute and poetry, but when you have that money, it's not so simple. Somebody told me that their father did not grow up wealthy, all of it, and he used to give a lot of tzedakah, and then he made a lot of money. And the moment he made a lot of money, he told me this, it was so hard for him to give, even though he had more money now, and he gave loads of money when he had less money. But when you have more money, all of a sudden, it's not so simple. We don't want that Yetzer Hara. But we should know that whatever we do have comes from the Rabbeinu Shalom and is here to give to other people. Of course, it's a wonderful thing to tell everyone. Today's our campaign. I just want to mention to all my listeners on Torah Anytime, on Spotify, on the app, wherever you may be listening to this share. Today is a very big day for Yeshiva Space David. Donate. Go to charityextra.com/YBD and donate to any of the boys' page. You don't have to donate to my page. You could donate to anyone's page. And Yeshiva Space David is making a campaign, Heartbeat of the Future. Your Mekayan Mitzvah Stocker, Mahadrin Mina Mahadrin. charityextra.com/YBD. Have a wonderful and beautiful day.